This is the Fire Preventers presentation by Dominick Smith for a new venture business project. In this world, there are fire dangers and insurance problems. If your home or business is located in a more natural environment, such as a forest or grassland area, you are at a higher risk of a wildfire damaging your property. Wildfires can start due to many reasons, and improperly maintained property allows the fire to spread, endangering your home and family. After large wildfire events destroying homes, insurance companies have been raising rates or even dropping policies for homeowners living in areas with higher risk of wildfires. The fire marshals recommend several mitigation factors. They recommend landscaping property so trees have proper separation, regular clearing areas that have a buildup of dry grass and weeds, installing wire mesh on decks and vents so embers cannot get inside or underneath a building, using fire-resistant fencing for sections that directly touch a building, and securing windows with fire-resistant materials so they do not fall out and allow embers into the building. All these recommendations leaves a homeowner with a multi-step solution. They must call a landscaper to remove trees and clear areas, call an HVAC company to inspect and secure exterior ducts, call a fencing company to put in fire-resistant fencing close to their home, call a window company to inspect and secure their windows, or they could attempt all these steps by themselves. And the companies they contact will approach their problems from a regular commercial approach and not from a specific fire mitigation point of view. The fire preventer solution focuses solely on property renovation projects from a fire mitigation point of view. We look at the following: landscaping to reduce how far a fire can spread, fire-resistant features such as fences directly touching the building, securing outside entryways so they do not fill during a fire and let more flames into a building, and all this is done with a fire marshal's guidance and an insurance company's approval. The market and competition. There is a strong market for fire mitigation in Colorado. In 2023, the Colorado State Forest Service estimated that 1 million people live in areas with an elevated risk of wildfire. Assuming an average 3-person household, this could be 333,000 houses in need of service. This is not accounting for businesses, churches, and other structures also in an area with elevated risk of wildfire. The competition in the market is high, as there are a number of service providers for each task listed in the multi-step solution slide. You could call and easily get half a dozen landscape companies to cut down trees on your property. Fire preventers will differentiate themselves from competition by focusing on the fire mitigation aspect of the job. Go-to-market strategy. Our go-to-market strategy involves partnering with fire marshals, insurance agents, and homeowners associations, all located in areas with elevated risk of wildfires. This group will have a vested interest in fire mitigation efforts, whether that be from a public safety standpoint, reduce liability risk, or protecting the value of their community. We will work with fire marshals to educate homeowners and HOAs about fire risk and mitigation options. Working with insurance companies would allow them to offer lower rates and prevent them from having to drop homeowners from policies. Working with HOAs would introduce us to homeowners and allow an opportunity to demonstrate our work on community shared properties such as a rec center or walking paths. Our operations plans. Our operation includes a small office team that manages job scheduling, human resource responsibilities, and payroll and account services. A marketing team that partners with fire marshals and insurance agents to educate homeowners on fire mitigation. A sales team that works with individuals to find the fire mitigation solution that is right for them. Sales and marketing to do research on new fire mitigation techniques and products. 2 work crews, one for landscaping jobs and one for carpentry jobs installing fire mitigation products. The startup financials. We are assuming that 14 employees at an average salary of $80,000 a year. First year payroll would put us at $1.1 million. The total assets required cost is $151,000 for 2 trucks and 2 trailers, 1,000 square foot office space for a year, power tools and landscaping equipment to perform jobs with, and initial inventory for fire mitigation products. Projected numbers of completed jobs in the first year is 40 at an average revenue of $15,000 per job for a projected first year revenue of $600,000. The team formation. The board of directors will consist of the head of job management, the head of accounting and finance, the head of sales, and the head of HRs. These roles will be the CEO, CFO, COO, and CAO, respectively. The board of advisors will consist of fire marshals, insurance agents, and HOA board members from communities that we are active in. Risks and mitigations. The biggest risk is that the outreach and education efforts with fire marshals and insurance agents do not convince enough people that their homes and businesses are in danger from wildfires. This would reduce the customer base and prevent the business from being profitable. One way to mitigate this is to start marketing in areas where the local fire marshal has had success in convincing people to address fire mitigation. Another risk is that other companies will expand their services to directly compete with fire preventers. To mitigate this risk, the startup should focus on quick responses to customers and big visual branding to separate from any competition that would enter the market. Below are the references that I used to pull out the financial numbers. Thank you for your time.